The AI growth partner model is the smartest and scalable approach to building an AI business in 2025 and beyond. And in this video, we're going to go ahead and break down why the traditional agency model is outdated, how the AI growth partner model solves for all the problems that a business might face, and why this path gives you long-term leverage and allows you to charge a lot more than the traditional agency model. Whether you are an aspiring AI growth consultant or maybe you're already an existing agency owner, this video is going to give you the clarity that you need to go ahead and shift your approach. Now, the document that we'll go over in this video, along with 50 other videos on how to start an AI business, is going to be available for you for free in our school community. You can go ahead and sign up by clicking the link below, where you're going to get access to the entire free course along with downloadable SOPs, templates, and everything that you need to start. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. So in this video, you're going to learn exactly what is the AI growth partner model. We're going to go ahead and cover why it's different and better than the traditional agency model. And then we're going to go ahead and cover why this model makes it inevitable to stand out in today's crowded agency landscape. So here's why the growth partner model is the future of all marketing agencies. So in order to understand what the growth partner model is and why it is the only logical model to start or transition into, you need to first understand what is the alternative and the problems that you face should you go down that route. And honestly, this is the route that most people take. The traditional SMMA model, which is popularized by people like Iman Ghazi, Tai Lopez, and Joe Kaplan, was really revolutionary in its time. But now it's outdated and oversaturated. I remember back in 2000, and I believe it was 2016, when Tai came on the scene and popularized this. Like, people were starting a business and literally like just making money overnight, essentially, because there wasn't that many people that were offering social media marketing services. Forward to now, late 2025, it is outdated and oversaturated. That's not to say that businesses don't need the services of a SMMA or a marketing agency. It's how we approach this, the model that we use within building an agency. I still believe that building an agency is one of the best online businesses that one can start if they're looking for like long-term, something that they can build long-term, but then something that gives them the skills that they can literally transfer into anything, whether that's working for another company or just have high income skills. I think that starting an agency is one of the best businesses. The model and how you approach it is what's oversaturated and what's crowded. And look, this is nothing against Iman. I've actually purchased all of the programs that Iman has put out. Probably spent over 25 grand with him personally. Tai Lopez, I think he's great. He was one of the first guys that revolutionized this idea of like building a marketing agency. And then Joe Kaplan, I've personally never bought anything from him, but I've seen a lot of his stuff, and great guy, puts out a lot of value. You see, the issue is not these guys and their courses. The issue is that tens of thousands of people who bought the same course and launched copy-paste agencies are offering the same cookie-cutter Facebook ads. So what happens if everybody starts getting access to the same information and building their own agency? Well, it makes it hard to compete. And that's not because your agency is better than theirs. It's the market is numb to the same message by the same people offering the same services. We're going to show you exactly how the AI growth consultant model is going to allow you to stand out and how it's very much different than this. Before we do that, let's talk a little bit more about the broken SMA, or in this case, traditional marketing agency model. So if you take a look here, this is the flywheel that a lot of people who start a marketing agency the traditional way faced. First of all, they have a commoditized service, meaning they're offering one thing like Facebook ads or lead generation or content creation to the marketplace. And what happens when you have a commoditized service, meaning there's so many people that are offering the same service, what happens here is that, well, first of all, number one, it only solves one problem. If you are running ads for a business, you're going to face other issues that will prevent you from getting them the best results possible. For example, in my case, running ads for e-commerce brands. If you're running an ad for an e-commerce brand, running ads, just the idea of running ads is not the only issue they face. They often have a bad website, so no CRO there. They often have bad creatives, or no creatives for that matter, so that prevents you from doing the job to the best of your ability. They often have logistics problem, customer support problem. They don't have their email marketing set up, so they have all these other issues, and we can't solve that because we're a commoditized service. We're offering just one service, and it just does one thing. So it prevents us from being able to generate them the best results possible. So the first thing is that you only are solving one problem. In this case, getting them more sales or leads. Well, another thing is that everyone is offering it. Look at how many people are offering paid ads, how many people are offering email marketing, content creation. A lot of people are offering these same services, and it becomes commoditized. And then lastly, you can get results for them because they have other bottlenecks within their business. Again, in the same example that I just showed you, if you are running ads for, let's say, an e-commerce brand or any business for that matter, there's usually other things that need to be addressed in order for you to get them the best results possible. So this is essentially the first flywheel. They're a commoditized service. Because they're a commoditized service, they have all these issues right here. And because of all these issues, they charge low prices. They normally charge $1,500 to, let's say, $3,000. Well, because they're charging low prices, they have no leverage. They have no leverage in being able to hire really great talent to execute on these results. For example, if you're like, okay, I want to go ahead and solve the paid ads issue, so I'm going to hire the best media buyer, I'm going to hire a copywriter, I'm going to hire a graphic designer, I'm going to hire all these people who are really great at what they do. Well, guess what? You can't manage that team. You can't afford to pay all of those people because they're only charging a couple grand a month, right? So it doesn't give you no leverage because you're charging very little money. And if you don't have no leverage and you can't afford great talent, at best, you can only get them average results. And if you get them average results or bad results, what happens? You have low retention. The client is eventually going to leave you. Why? Because you couldn't deliver on the results that you promised. And then the second thing is that you can't afford to get other clients. Why can't you afford to get other clients? Well, number one, you don't have a solid case study that you can go ahead and show and replicate to other people. But number two, you're not going to have any confidence and conviction in what you are doing. And if you can't get best results, you don't have no insights, you don't have really no confidence, no conviction to go out there and get the next person. And if you're getting bad results for one client, why would another client want to work with you? And then it essentially goes back to the same thing. This is where I was many years ago, stuck between $5,000 and $20,000, still having to drive Uber to make ends meet, and I was stuck in this cycle, in this flywheel. Okay, and it wasn't until I broke through and actually transition to a more of a growth partner model, which we're going to go over in this video. So again, the problem here with a traditional agency route is that you're only solving one problem, and everyone else is doing the same thing. You don't stand out. Everyone else is literally offering the same thing as you, and you can't get them great results because they face other issues. You being able to get them the best results possible is not just dependent on you being able to execute on that one service. There's other factors in play. And the great thing about the growth partner model is that you solve for these other factors as well. Okay, so which happens here is, again, you have no leverage because you can't afford great talent. You have low retention due to bad results. And you can't afford to acquire other clients because you don't have no solid case studies, no conviction, and you're not getting anybody really any results. So what happens here is that this creates a flood of low-level offers that make it harder to even stand out. And it's not because of marketing agencies are saturated or starting a marketing agency is saturated, but it's because of the offer. The offers are weak and commoditized. You could be the best paid ads person, and if you go out there to the market and you promise people the same thing that these commoditized agencies are offering, we all just end up sounding the same, okay? Everybody sounds the same. Everybody's getting these crazy offers, and this is essentially what happens, right? Low-level offers. So what happens here is it creates a commodity. You become a commodity. A commodity is when essentially everyone is offering the same service to the same group of people. If you take a look here, you have the price, you have the value, and everyone is just doing the same thing. This model creates a race to the bottom, which is why you see crazy offers like, we will book you 100 meetings or you don't pay. Like, how do you even compete with someone making such a crazy claim like this? Again, the market is numb to these offers. So you could be a great agency and be able to generate great results, but because you're sounding like everyone else, everybody groups you just like everybody else because they're numb to these offers. So now that you understand the flywheel of the traditional agency route and why it's broken, essentially, let's actually talk about the growth partner. And really, in order to really help you understand this, again, you have to understand the alternative. So unlike the SMMA or traditional agency model, the growth partner model is more so of a holistic, value-first approach where you don't just run ads or do one-off services. You instead partner with businesses to drive actual revenue growth. So what does this look like? Well, first of all, you're a strategic partner. So you are not a agency that's offering a retainer service. You're actually a strategic partner with them, okay? And you'll understand what we mean when we say strategic partner. Because you're a strategic partner, you're able to solve multiple bottlenecks within their business. You come in and you look at a business and you realize, okay, you have lack of leads, but do you have a CRM that is able to manage these leads? Okay, you don't. We need to implement that. Do you have automations and workflows to make your business run more efficient instead of you manually doing all of this? Okay, you don't have that. We'll go ahead and implement that for you. Do you have a voice agent that can answer the missed calls that you're getting, call people back, right? Replace the manual work of having someone there. Do you have these things? You don't? Okay, we'll go ahead and solve for this as well. And inside our free school community, we actually have a video that breaks down how to go ahead and create a no-brainer offer. And the way you do that is by identifying all these bottlenecks. So if you want to see how to identify all the bottlenecks that your niche has, definitely check out that video, which again is going to be in our free school community link below. But that's the idea, is that you're solving all these problems that a business will have. Now, when you're solving all these problems, what does that give you? That gives you leverage, because now, unlike the traditional agency route, you're not dependent on certain factors in order for you to be able to generate them the best results possible. If you are going into a business and you're trying to get them, let's say it's e-commerce brand, and you're trying to get them, scale their business to $250,000 a month. Well, in order to do that, there's many things that you need to do. Well, imagine if you handle those things, the UGC creatives, the email marketing, the CRO on their website. If you're able to do that, what that does is it allows you to generate them the best results possible. And what it will also do is it'll allow you to charge more money, which we're going to get to right here. The second thing is it's a no-brainer. When you're a strategic partner and you're solving multiple bottlenecks within a business, it's a no-brainer, because a business has these issues and they're like, okay, I can hire this guy and he can solve all these problems for me. Again, it allows you to stand out, and the market is not numb to this because not many people are following this model. And the third thing actually is going to be leverage. It's going to give you leverage, speed to results. Because you are doing everything yourself, solving the bottlenecks, you can do that in a much faster pace. Instead of like myself, when I first started out, I was relying on my clients to do a lot of things. And good luck trying to get clients to get you creatives or do certain things. It takes a long time, and that makes the results that I can get them, it prolongs that process. So because of all of this, because you solve multiple bottlenecks, you have a no-brainer offer, and you are leveraged because of the speed of the results, you can charge a lot of money up front. Okay, you can charge a lot of money up front because you're doing all of this. Now, when you charge a lot of money up front, what does that give you? That gives you leverage. It gives you leverage in your fulfillment. Imagine if you're charging 10 grand up front as an AI growth consultant. You can go out there and hire the best people to get your clients the best results. Right? It gives you leverage within your fulfillment, and quite frankly within your client acquisition. Now, because you have leverage within fulfillment, what does that mean? That means you can generate them great results, and also because of all of this. And what happens when you generate a business great results? You have higher retention, so you can keep a client for longer, and you can afford to get other clients. Why? Because number one, you have a solid case study, and number two, you have money to spend on ads, to spend in email marketing, right? So this is the flywheel of a growth partner model. You can see day and night how most agencies experience this flywheel. And again, guys, this is coming from someone with 7 years of experience running an agency. For the first 2 years, I was stuck in this flywheel. Okay, and it wasn't until I transitioned into this, which was allowed me to scale to 6 figures and allow me to travel to Egypt. I'm currently in Egypt, been here now for the last 5 years. I've been able to do that because I transitioned to a growth partner model. It actually allowed me to make enough money to be able to focus full-time on the business and not have to drive Uber while still running an agency. So this flywheel model right here, you solve deeper problems than just lead generation. You are able to build long-term partnerships, not just short-term gigs. If you are getting your clients great results, they want to stay with you for much longer, right? Versus churning after a while. And you can command higher retainers, let's say $2,000 to $10,000. You can command higher retainers because you're solving for all these problems. And also, you are not competing with cheap freelancers or with saturated agencies. You are literally a league of your own. Imagine if you can walk into a business and you present them what I just presented to you here, that you're gonna go in and solve all the bottlenecks that they have, that you have a no-brainer offer, that you can get them the results in the fastest way possible. You're not competing with freelancers or saturated agency. You are literally creating an ocean for yourself. And lastly, you offer systems, talent, and automation, and not just ads. When you're solving multiple bottlenecks, a business needs a lot of things. This is why when we say AI automation agency, you're not just doing automation. You need to help the business with everything that they have. AI is just one of the mechanisms that you use to get them that desired outcome, okay? So this is the flywheel. Now, why does this work in 2025 and beyond? This right here is like very, very important. The future of business is changing fast. Businesses want strategic partners, not just service vendors or service providers. AI and automation are shifting how results are delivering. For my YouTube, I don't take pictures no more. Instead, I use AI, I train a model on my image, and I just go there and I prompt it, give me an image of MJ wearing this, doing this, and it generates me an image within seconds. Okay, and this is just one of the many ways you can use AI and automation. So it's changing and it's shifting how results are being delivered. The second is that most agencies are failing because they're stuck in 2018. People are still thinking in 2018, I'm gonna run paid ads for somebody and I'm gonna get them results and charge them $2,000 a month. And lastly, clients want outcome, not effort. And the growth partner model gives them exactly just that. And if you wanna even drill this down even further, if you're thinking about starting a marketing agency and you think that you can just offer paid ads and offer these services to a business, well, about 2 weeks ago, I saw this post which says Facebook and Instagram owner Meta is to enable AI ad creation by the end of next year. Mark Zuckerberg, if you go to his Instagram now, you could find a post where he says by the end of 2026, we are going to be able to make it to where any business can go into the business manager, just give us their image, tell us a prompt on who exactly they want to target, and we'll do everything for them. Do you think they're going to need someone to do lead gen for them at that point? No. What they're going to need is someone who can help them with other problems, like the creatives, like tweaking the data, like reviewing their ads and seeing what they can do better, like email marketing, like voice agents, like chatbots, all of these other services. And if you, as an AI growth consultant, can come into a business and help them with all of this, then they'll be willing to happy to pay you money. And at the same time, you're not going to lose your agency because you just offer paid ads. Here's another example. So this was April 8th, 2025. This right here is all AI generated. I know e-commerce brands right now who are not working with UGC influencers or with influencers no more. And instead they're using AI. Literally, like an example I just told you guys with my YouTube thumbnails, right? I don't need to take pictures no more. I can just go ahead and train my model on exactly what it is that I want. And the same thing people are doing with UGC creatives. They are uploading their product and within seconds, within a simple prompt, they can prompt an AI influencer to do whatever it is that they are, that they want to be able to use that in their social media, use that on their website, use that in ads. So it's making the use of influencers or UGC creatives obsolete, okay? So let's recap this because I feel like we went over a lot here. Number one, with the growth partner model, you are able to solve deeper problems rather than just lead generation. You build long-term partnerships rather than short-term gigs. You can command to charge higher retainers, $2,000 to $10,000 a month. We charge $4,000 to $18,000. Okay, so you can charge a lot more because you solve a lot of these problems that these businesses have. And by the way, they're going to be willingly wanting to pay you this money because, I mean, you're literally solving virtually all the problems that they face, right? If you are just like starting and you're like, can I really charge a business 10 grand? Yes, you can. If you go and actually offer them the right service. Put it this way, the amount of money that you get paid is correlated to the value that you provide. I saw that quote somewhere. So if you're just offering paid ads, yeah, of course, the business is only going to be able to charge a certain amount. But if you're going into a business and you're, as a AI growth consultant and you're using AI and all these other tools to generate them the outcome they're looking for, then they'd be willing to pay you 5, 6 figures, okay? You are not competing with freelancers or commoditized, saturated agencies, your offer and your talent acquisition and not just ads. Let me show you guys exactly, kind of give you a more detailed visual on what this looks like. So here's an example. We should have started with this, but I think this will give you a visual. This is actually in my case, okay? So in my agency, we would work with e-commerce and information product brands. I have another agency now that I launched, which works primarily with real estate and helping them transition into an AI, really transition their entire business to using AI. But I still have clients that are e-commerce and information product. And when I was working with them for the longest, this would be their current situation and this is their desired outcome. And for the first 2 years, I was just offering paid ads, or excuse me, SEO at that time, okay? But let's say in this case, paid ads, because most of you guys are thinking generate or become a lead agency and offer paid ads. So if you're just offering paid ads, you can see here, there's a lot of other services that these businesses need. For example, in my case, I was working with e-commerce and information product. Well, both of these different niches combined, they need UGC, they need Google ads, they need Pinterest ads, they need email marketing, native banner ads, TikTok ads. The info product, they need VSL scripting, they need appointment setting, they need sales and closers, they need advanced tracking in order for me to get them here. And I was only providing, for example, in this case, SEO, just one thing. And if you're just offering paid ads and there's this entire gap, do you think you're going to get them the desired outcome? Probably not. And you might be able to get them results, generate them a few $1,000s. But guess what? There's a lot of issues over here that are preventing you from generating them the best results possible. So what you need to do is you need to understand that you need to go into a business, understand where they're at, their desired outcome, and then solve for the entire gap in the middle. And that's exactly what we teach you in our course, link down below where we go over exactly identifying the gap and exactly what these bottlenecks are. You see the SMA retainer model, as we said here, it solves one more problem. You're doing what everyone else is doing, which means you're commodity. You can't get results due to other bottlenecks that businesses face. And at best, you break even the second or third month if the client doesn't churn. You see the growth partner model does this. This is where, when I made the transition, my agency just blew up. I understood this is where the clients are, this is where they want to be. I understood that throughout the bottlenecks that they have, these are the different services that I need to provide in order to get them to decide. Now, here's the crazy thing. When I offered these services, number one, not only was it easier to get them results, but number two, they paid a shitload of more money to do so because you came in and you solved all of these different problems, okay? So what I would recommend you do, again, is check out the other videos. This just explains to you why the growth partner model is the best model to start with. I would definitely check out the other videos where we go over everything from choosing your niche all the way to scaling past $50,000 a month. I hope this video is helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.